Hello, everybody. Today I have with me the man of the hour, Rajdeepak Das, CEO and CCO South Asia at Burnett. I say this because Burnett was named the Creative Agency of the Year at Goa Fest 2022, and a lot of credit goes to him. So, on that note, Rajdeepak, a very warm welcome to you and many congratulations.
Thank you, Soumya.
You've been in the industry for a couple of years with so much happening around the globe, both at a human level, at an economic level. How do you look at the advertising business in India currently? What have been some of your key observations, especially in the past 2 years?
It's you just asked me the question which is just summarized the entire last 2 years of all of our life, in advertising. So it's, if you ask me, it's been tough. Yeah. It's been very tough for a lot of agencies, for a lot of people, personally, mentally, physically, everything for a lot of people. Some very few people are lucky that we have survived. We're still there, we're still talking. But this uncertainty actually teaches you a lot of things when you pull back. You don't take things for granted anymore.
That's true.
You want to live the smallest joy again. You know how important to meet your friends. You know important to meet your friends and have a coffee, not on a call. It's very important to hug someone, hold hands with friends, share a bite from someone's dabba. Those are small things that you realize you're thankful for. Forget about the big things, the smallest thing that we took it for granted all our life. I think that brings the most important thing in our life, empathy.
Correct.
Soumya. I think we are less marketer now, less capitalist. Of course, we wanted to sell things. Of course, we wanted to build brands, and that's why we're very good in that, and we keep on doing that. We love to do that, but of course, we had a humankind filter. Burnett always had a humankind filter, but I think we are more conscious about it. We are more what do you call it? We put this filter every time now. We want to live that now, and I think so. There's last 2 years with everything happening. Either it is the pandemic or the first wave, second wave, or the South African variant, or the new variant coming in every time. You realize you don't have long time to have those things. What are you going to do it now? The concept of years have gone. Okay, if you can survive 6 months, I think you have done a good job as a brand. It's I advise to all my clients nowadays, forget about 1 year or 2 years plan. You're going to do those. Forget about that. 6 months and how you impact people's life in a good way. So I think we're seeing a lot of our clients. Lot of good ones, I'm telling you, a lot of new age clients, a lot of tech clients, a lot of unicorns believe in that. I think that's good for us.
Sure. And have the consumers or the clients in general become more demanding post the pandemic?
Consumers always demanding. Consumers always demanding. You know what I mean? There is clients are also always demanding. There is the moment the consumer become demanding, the clients are demanding. I think. I know something. I'll tell you something very. I think I've never talked about this to anyone. We thought during a pandemic, it's going to be tough for us as an industry, an agency, and everything. But we are lucky to have a lot of good clients who actually understood or believed in what we going through, because they were going through the same thing, and you understood the empathy from client side also. Who are the good people are. I remember there are clients who are calling and say, have you taken a vaccine? If not, why don't you come to our office? Why don't you send new people to get a vaccine in our office? I'll make them my employee. And the people who are working on my brand, can they come out like a vaccine? We have more vaccine, can you want to come in? All those conversations were very important to know that the good side of it. Of course, back to the same clients are the demanding who wanted things yesterday, but the same client calling you and say, do you need anything? Do your team need anything? Are we calling people saying that you need anything? And that is when you realize it's very subjective. When they are not always demanding when they want it. When there's a demand on them, there's pressure on them, they do it. But you see that side, I think no one talked about it. I think it's every client for every agency, or every agency for every client, we have done it. You know what I mean? And suddenly, because that is the inner circle that you become part of it. You call your friends for help. I think there are brands like partners that we live with. They have called us. Do you need any help? What can I do? I think, do you people need any help? And I think so. I don't know if it's you will call it demanding. I think when they ask, I think it's they deserve it. They deserve it. They have all the right to ask.
I was actually coming to my next question, which said that how has the agency and client relationship really, evolved in this time? And I can clearly say that you have beautifully put it in a way that tells me that there has been a lot of evolution and empathy in the kind of relationship that has developed in the last 2 years. So that's great. That's great. It's very good to hear that the other party is also, kind of understanding where you are and how things are good or bad for you as well. So
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so
People client used to call and says, your team has done this, or this film is not working, or this. But now the first thing they call and say, all good.
yeah,
No, that's important. Everything's fine. Yeah. I think that shows how the things have changed in a very good way.
sure. So Raj, I very recently witnessed some of the super works from Leo Burnett on Airtel, Spotify, and Whisper. So on the other hand, there have also been reports on the advertiser budget shrinking. So do you, as an agency, also feel the heat, or is it the other way around?
Every industry goes through ups and downs. You know what I mean? And so does every agency goes through ups and downs. I think um, we've been lucky to be at it. I think we started the pandemic happened. I think so Leo Burnett started. We look into around and says, "What is my partner?" And me says, "What's happening?" And he says, "How we look into clients' business to grow." And that is when we started 036. And what's happening with the business zero, and 3 months from now and 6 months from now. So the interaction that we keep on doing with that client was amazing. Was amazing. And so it was not like we are doing the job that when a brief comes and we are proactively going to client. We did content week with the clients, and we're contenting how can we create content with you guys and everything. And so the pressure on the team in a positive way was much higher to interact with the clients, and what kinds new you can do. For instance, I remember last 2021, the time of September, or not September, I think so July, August, we shot 90 pieces of content, commercial, everything in just 45 days. I remember like the agency was buzzing, 90 pieces in less than 45 days. Like this year, again, we shot, I remember we are 12 to 13 of our brands are in IPL, including Spotify, Pharmacy, Uni, like you can think of it, like Healthian, everyone, like everyone is on IPL, literally. Like, so I think we had the maximum number of brands. I think I'm a conservative, I'm saying 13, 15, because we don't know how many are going out, literally, right? And I think so, if you see, it's because we have been working like it's sometimes you work really hard you don't know what is the end goal is, so you are really working hard, you are really swimming, you are trying to survive, and you realize the island has come, you cross the island and you go, but you have the momentum has not slowed down. In fact, the madness and the fear that we had, the precautions that we took actually paid off, and that has given a tremendous energy to the agency. That is why the work that we're talking about, like I think July, August, when everything was shut down, and I was operating from Soho House, literally every day I was go to Soho House. So my team used to go to Soho House. Whisper happened during that time. MPL happened. We're meeting every day on the client if possible, or calling them every day. And this literally like we're working like a SWAT team. 175. The team literally took them about 6 months literally to finish this project. So every day the things was going on. And Spotify, the recent Spotify campaign, it all started what do you call it, 6-7 months back in Somia. Some started 1 year back. So we didn't stop. I think we had to work a little bit harder because we knew that there is no human interaction happening. The thing of things falling in the crack was much higher. So we have to be overcautious. We have to be healthy paranoia. The word is healthy paranoia all the time to make things happen.
Very well put. Okay, so coming down to my next question, talking of the bell of the ball, which is the Cannes Lions, it is back in action after 2 years in its physical form. So what really are your expectations from it?
if it's a case of winning or not winning, or there's two things: what I'm expecting from Cannes or what I'm expecting from the work that we've done for Cannes. What do you want to understand? No,
First one.
Somya, which one? What I expect from Cannes, right?
From
Not our
broadly
work from
industry
Cannes.
point of view. So yeah, how India is going to perform, which brands are supposed to, are expected to stand out. So on those lines.
So I'll see. One of the biggest thing is Cannes is what we think is beautiful may not be beautiful that time, because what you're competing against, you have no idea about it. You know what? It's like I remember that is when Cameroon came to play and no one knew who Cameroon was in a football team, and they just beat everyone that year, right? And they were the most talked about. And it's the same thing happens, right? I know globally, Leo Burnett does an amazing piece of work, which got a 18 Cannes one show gold called The Lost Classes. You know what I mean? It's one of the top pieces of work of this year. While at the same time, there are like the pieces of work like globally, we are seeing some really good pieces of work popping out. But what is coming in one show, we're seeing it. But Kantlan will be, I think so. What we'll be going to see this time is my feeling that is going to be a change going to happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you're going to see the glimpse of the change here, this Kans. You know, what's going to the next 5 years going to be, you're going to see that glimpse this year.
Sure.
And you know, and this is the start of a curve. You know what I mean? Upward curve, by the way, not a downward curve, the upward curve. You know, and you will see that happening now. And with physical meets and greets, I think this is going to be one of the most crowded cons ever, ever in the history of cons. Let's what I'm coming to know the news and everything. It's there is no hotels available, nothing is available, and everything. Everyone is pouring in to, and that is when you'll see the hope, you'll see the new generation work coming out. And my expectation, I'm going to see the future. I'm going to see the glimpse of future there.
Okay. So whether we talk of Cannes or the one show, there are some super works that come from India each year. How do you see, the Indian work being received at a global level?
Fantastic. And I think Somya, like it has taken India, I think so, to almost 20 years, more than 2 decades to have a voice. We had a voice, but become a very stronger voice in the Cannes or in the one show, any award shows and everything, because we have a new language of our own, very desi but cool. And I'm talking about not just TVCs, but the new age work that's coming out, that's impacting people. You know, that's our country is about, impacting billions of people, 10 millions of people, and with our ideas and the brands that we have, like if you see the work that I think, the work, for instance, what we have done, for instance, either it is Whisper, we're trying to change the NCRT books are changed. Like we're working to make sure that period become a chapter in the NCRT books, which is not there, right? And that's a big thing. It's changing the literally school books. Or we're working on the MPL jersey, where the billions of cheers have been put on the jersey as the data. You know, so if you the IPL, not IPL, the Indian ticketing jersey for T20 World Cup, that designed with the sound waves of all the matches of all the matches that India won in different part of the world. So it's called the billion cheer jersey, right? So there are stories of hope. There are stories of India changing things in the world way. There is a data being played very importantly. Like when you're working with the Whisper, very interesting story. Like we worked with 28 different artists. I'll send you those images. Watch it. It's amazing. Like 28 different artists where they put the period as the chapter, missing chapter in the center of it, and the art happens on the wall art. I'm talking about the wall art of India. I'm talking about Kabini art. We're talking about Potachitro of Odisha. We're talking about like 28 different. You can think of it like, and that is when he said the world is going to NFT, when they're telling to change the tech, when you get to the metaverse and creating the new art form called NFT. There is a different side also when you're going to grassroots level and use art to impact people's life. So I think that's India. You know, of course there is a metaverse happening in India at the same time, changing people's life or impacting people's life using the grassroots level. That's also happening. I think India is its own way of doing it, right?
Sure, very interesting. Okay, so Leo Burnett, we all know, has a very impressive brand portfolio. So, with the number of new age companies that are on your roster currently, how, according to you, can creativity help brands scale in today's time?
I think like how we call the new economy clients. We have the one of the biggest roster of the unicorns, Indian unicorns. So when you're working with the unicorns, the problem is not like we're waiting for tomorrow or day after tomorrow, see what happens. They want to know it now, what's happening. And I love working with that was founders. Either it is a $1 billion company or going to $1 billion company, or it's just kind of funded. They have one vision: how to impact. And I think so with the new team that we have, the data capability that we have, or the new bunch of breed that I call it, the what do you call that? The mutant DNA of the people that we have. Soumya, it's interesting to see when we go to client actually see themselves in those kids, the team, because that it's about finding solutions and doing the next big thing. It's not about finding the TVC for you. Of course, we'll do a TVC for you if you want us to do a TVC. We do that, but I think a lot of clients we are working on developing products for them now, developing service for them, developing a new platform for them. And the best part about those new age tech clients or new age unicorns, they want solutions. They want the number to grow. Doesn't matter how you want it. If I can reach millions of people, more million the numbers, downloads happen, or new services created, they don't mind doing that. And I think so. I think that's our strength is we love to create platforms. We love to create whether a platform as a service provider or a what do you call it, a service as a product. We don't understand the difference. We don't understand the difference as long as it comes to life to make it happen.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So we're creating products, for instance. For some clients, we're creating some products. For some clients, we're creating some service oriented, we're creating platforms. Yeah, it's a most interesting time. Literally, it's the most interesting time.
So this was all for today. Thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful talking with you. Some very interesting insights from the conversation. Thank you so much.